Hello there. Greetings, everybody. I want to welcome you all here to the Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So, this is usually What's News Night, which is the album I do for a new album that's come out for 2025. And I had switched that show originally from Saturday to Thursday, and the shows that were on Thursday to Saturday. But as that switcheroo just has not worked out very well. It's very tough to get that show in, so I've decided to switch them back. So What's New will now come out Saturday, and the show that is on Saturday night will come out tonight. And the show that's on Saturday night is ranking the songs off an album. So we're going to do that one tonight, and then the What's New will go on Saturday night. So it's just a switch back. It hasn't worked out. Sometimes you have an experiment that you think is going to work and it doesn't. So it's best to just abandon the experiment and go back to a better play show. So this time we're going to be doing ranking the songs off an album. The album I have chosen for tonight is Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. I don't know if this is my favorite Alice Cooper album. I've got a fair collection of them going now. But this one I like a lot, nevertheless. So there are 11 tracks on this album, and we will be ranking those tracks in the normal fashion that I do these type of things. So my number 11 will be the first one out, and we go from 11 to number 1, or worst to first, or least to number 1, whatever you want to call it. Remember, these are just my opinions of the songs. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're the definitive way in which you should look at this album. You may have a totally different view here. That's perfectly okay with me. It doesn't bother me in the slightest, and I hope my opinions don't bother you either. It's just a way to talk about the songs on the album, which we're going to do now. Okay, so ranking the songs off an album featuring Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. I'm going to give you my worst to first. So we'll start with the number 11 track. Before I get going on this, though, let me just say that there are no bad songs on this album. I didn't give a below 50 par rank or anything to any of the songs. I like them all. Usually, sometimes on an album, there might be one or two tracks I don't like, but this one doesn't have anything such as that. So, the number 11 track is called Years Ago. Now, on the album, this is the number 8 track, but for me, it's the last track. My least favorite. It's kind of a creepy, slow song. To me, there's like 3 tracks in a row that kind of are like the trilogy of Stephen, if you might want to call it. I don't call it that. I'm sure he doesn't either, but that's the way I think of them. So you've got Years Ago, Stephen, and An Awakening, which are the 3 that I think kind of go together. They're all tied into that Stephen part. But this is the first of those 3, and I think, to me, it's a little bit too creepy for me, so I put it as number 11. Number 10 is the second song on the album, called Devil's Food. Another kind of creepy song. I guess the creepy parts don't do very well with me. This uses the voice of Vincent Price to talk about the Black Widow. He's like a curator giving a tour of the museum, talking about the Black Widow or the Black Mamba, whatever you want to call it. So that's my number 10. My number 9, Department of Youth. It's a harsh vocal track, but it's really good. It's kind of give you a overview of what school might have been like at the time. Yeah, I like this track. So for me, it gets a number 9 here. And we'll move up again to the next song. So a bit of a jump here to The Awakening. I would say up until this point, the first 3 tracks are passable. This track is actually, I consider to be good. The Awakening, it's the final track in what I call the Stephen trilogy. I like it. It's good. Kind of gives an overview of what happens at the end. I kind of like that, kind of like the end of a story. It's a good conclusion, I guess, if you want to go that way. Number 7 is The Black Widow, which is The third track, so the Devil's Food is an intro into that, and this is the song Black Widow. It's a pretty solid song. I would say it's a good song. You know, the Awakening and this, they could either one of them could flip around, but I like this one just a slight bit more. The number 6 track here is Cold Ethel. This is hilariously funny, heavy vocaled, harsh voice, but really a kind of a funny track. He has some of these on all of his albums where there's just some really kind of Alice Cooper type lyrics, which are good. You know, I like it. So Cold Ethel, number 6. Number 5, Escape. This is the final track on the album. It's a hard rock, catchy track, I think. I just like it. It's good. Not too long, not too short. A nice ending to a great album, I think. And this one's a bit of a jump up from Cold Ethel too, so pretty good. Next up, number 4, Welcome to My Nightmare, the opening track. I think Alice does this the right way. If you're going to have a title track for a reason, probably should be the opening track. Kind of sets this. So if you think of the album as a story, which I often do think of all albums as stories. Maybe the tracks aren't totally related, but there's a bit of a story going on here, and the story of this album, which is Welcome to My Nightmare, is a good opening track for this album. One of the 4 or 5 tracks on here that I gave a 70 or higher. So it comes here at number 4. Number 3, Only Women Bleed, and it's not what you think. But it just talks about how women are more willing to sacrifice themselves to help another. In this case, I think of this as being those type of tracks, or that type of song where a woman lives with a man that's not really a good man. He's a bad man. He may be abusive. He may be mentally abusive or physically abusive, or just abusive by ignoring. And women will tolerate this much more than men will. And that's what I think he's referring to when he talks about only women will bleed. That's just my opinion. Maybe other people see it differently. I just wanted people to know it's not what you think it is. But anyways, I gave this a 3rd. It's a bit of a sad song. For Alice Cooper, I would call it a bit of a sad song. So it's number 3 for me tonight. Number 2 is the centerpiece in the Stephen trilogy. It's creepy, it's twisted, it's melodic, it's I would say it's kind of slow at times. It kind of meanders. It's melodic. Definitely a good track. Like I said, it's going to come here at number 2, so it's one of my favorite on the album. And number 1 is Some Folks. It's a melodic song for sure. Lots of key. It's a low key song, melodic, low key. Does have its heavy parts to it, but really catchy track. I find myself singing along with this song when it's playing. So for me, it was definitely the best song on the album. A little bit of a challenge from Steven, maybe a little bit of a challenge from Only Women Will Bleed, but basically I think it's the best track on the album. So I'm going to give you the tracks again, but in their proper order now, from first to worst, if you want to call it. So Some Folks, number 1. Steven, number 2. Only Women Bleed, number 3. Number 4, Welcome to My Nightmare. Number 5, Escape. Number 6, Cold Ethel. Number 7, The Black Widow. Number 8, The Awakening. Number 9, Department of Youth. Number 10, Devil's Food. And last, Years Ago. So that's how I see them. That's my picks. That's the way I rank this album. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Please hit the like and subscribe. And if you want to make any comments about Alice Cooper, about this particular album, or if you just want to rank them according to the way you like, that would be good. I'm always curious how people see things. Maybe they see it a little bit differently. Maybe it's something I need to look at. I'm always open to that. So this show will come out now every Thursday, ranking the songs, and the other show, What's New, will come out on Saturday, and it will stay that way. I think it just works out better. Anyways, take care. Have yourself a good evening, and goodbye here from Prog Monster.